Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. It's time to have a look at the changelogs of the last few days when it comes to War Thunder, because they've done a bunch of different stuff, which have been kind of interesting to see. It's not just in War Thunder as well, they've also done some changes which impact Enlisted, weirdly enough, such as some name changes, which is pretty cool. Another thing that's also come in is they've added the War Thunder soundtracks for modern vehicles, so I'll leave a link in the description and you can basically see all of those things. There's also a special going on where you can get some vehicles, which I'll also show in this video. So right now in War Thunder, you can actually get 2 unique vehicles thanks to the Russian Badger. I'll leave a link in the description to the video. Basically, he has a sponsored video from Gaijin, and if you click the link in the description of his video, you can get yourself this LVT. It is a specific unique one, so very similar to like the Twitch drop ones that you see, so it's over here. And then also you can get the P36C. So 2 unique vehicles which are different from the standard ones. You can see the wonderful camouflage that they have representing it. You don't get the normal camouflage though, so you're just kind of stuck with it, which is fine. You also get a pretty cool decoration. So you get yourself this seal boy as well, which you can stick on anything. And it's kind of sad that the eyes don't follow you around, but yeah, it's pretty cool. So make sure to get these things. They're pretty nice. So first things first, they introduced the nickname display unification. So it says the displaying of nicknames for all Gaijin users has been unified. They've also added support for Unicode letters and numbers that allows the vast majority of nicknames from Steam to look unchanged in Gaijin services. So if you encounter any issues, they also ask to report them. So basically, this means that you can see stuff which isn't just in English anymore. You can see it in a bunch of different languages and also characters, which I think is pretty cool. You know, it means that everybody should be on an equal playing field when it comes to their names, and that, in my opinion, is incredibly important, because, you know, nicknames and stuff like that are usually tied to somebody's at least online identity, and seeing it portrayed correctly, I'm sure will be positive for them. There was also an update, 2.25.1.60. This was attached to an It's Fixed, so if you want to read about this, there'll be a link in the description as well. The main thing that they were focusing on was missiles, mainly semi-actives, and also some corrected damage models for ground vehicles, but we'll have to see how that goes, and see how effective these changes are. The TKX, the incorrect armor penetration values from fragments of low-caliber HE rounds has been fixed on it. For the 906, the disconformity of the turret armor plates and visual model has been fixed. Basically, the turret, the model of it, the visual model that you saw, did not match up with where the actual armor was. So people would be able to shoot and technically not hit you, but actually hit you, if that makes sense. So, was kind of annoying. The Vickers Mark 1, they fixed a bug in the damage model on the hull front. That's also been corrected. And also a bug was fixed that prevented automatic enabling of the crosshair light in night battles. There was a bug with manual transmission that's been fixed where the tank started pivoting by pressing the acceleration button, which would have really sucked. And also, there was a bug which has been fixed where the commander's TVD might spontaneously be disabled. It just didn't feel like it on that day, I suppose. Just decided not to go forward with it. The AFT-09, there was a bug fix where the folded missile launcher remained unfolded in the X-ray mode damage model. I wonder if that would have actually affected its survivability or not, or if it was just a visual thing, because that would have been really annoying. By the way, the AFT-09 is really fun, probably my favorite ATGM launcher in the game, which is saying a lot since I generally don't like them. There was also a bug fixed where a repair indicator activated with enabled the towing indicator, made both indicators active, which sucks, but at least it's fixed. The PG-Z04A, the available G tolerance of the HN6 missile has been increased from 10 to 12 G for each plane, so 18 G in the combined plane, which will be nice. And another change for the PGZ, the dynamics and autopilot of the missile have been improved. There was a bug fixed which caused an unstable trajectory. And also, they changed the QM506. So a missing max distance in the info card of the QN502DD missile has been restored, and they also fixed a bug which caused an overpressure damage to missiles and unmanned turret modules. So basically, you'd get shot in the missile compartment, and it would destroy your whole vehicle. So it looks like they've fixed that. I will say this is like the third or fourth buff this thing has got. The good old QN. So hopefully it will make it a little bit more usable, and we'll see if it still goes down in BR, which I'm pretty sure it will. They haven't fixed the commander sight on it yet. That is still bugged. For aircraft, the BF-109F4, they fixed a bug where the left gun pod was displayed in the X-ray mode while equipping bombs. The Gazelles, the 341F and M, there was a third-person view camera zoom position. That's been corrected. And on the MiG-23 MLA, a bug was fixed with a missing flare pod under the fuselage. That is now there, which would have been incredibly annoying. The F4S, it missed its air-to-air ballistic calculator in the third-person view. That's been added. And the Q5L, they fixed a bug where it was unable to lock on a target in the rear hemisphere, or lock-on was reset while aiming with the targeting pod. The JA-37, the lead marker and gunfire funnel has been added to the hood. Hopefully that'll help those machines, since of course they don't have tracers. The 9M39 missile, the engine runtime has been increased by 0.1 seconds, so it's not really going to make too much of a difference. And also, the rocket dynamics of it have been reworked with a improved autopilot, so we'll have to see how that affects the vehicle. The AIM-7E, AIM-7E-2DF, the AIM-7F, Skyflash DF, Skyflash Super 10 missiles, the angle of tracking before launch has been changed from 15 to 35 degrees, which is a huge buff. Also, the Skyflash DF and Skyflash Super Temp, the maximum target tracking speed has been changed from 12 to 44 degrees per second, and the DF and Temp also, capturing of the target type fighter has been changed from 30 to 37 kilometers. So these have just got mega buffs. Is probably the way. Britain, once again, has something to be happy about. There was also a bug which caused all buildings in the blast radius to be completely destroyed during a nuclear strike. That's been fixed. The destructibility now depends on the size of the buildings, weirdly enough. And then in naval as well, you have the Duca degli Abruzzi. The order of the main caliber turrets and the ship's interface identification has been fixed. The Nanohi, they fixed a bug that caused the ship's models to disappear when zooming in the third person. That's been fixed. There's actually a few of those. I think it was on the Helena. I'm not entirely sure. But basically, it's doing what the Baltimore used to do, where when you zoom in on it, parts of it just go invisible. I'd have to do a bit more testing on it, though. The 15 centimeter rounds, the amount of explosive in them has been reduced, which sucks because they're pretty fun rounds to use. And then the German ones, I should say, on the cruisers. There was also a bug fix where the shell tracking camera function was active when the fire button was held again, and with broken cannons, the shell tracking mode was switched on again. That has now been fixed. And with the interface, there was a bug because of which in the helicopter hood inscriptions of the square and rectangular radar went over the screen edge. That's been fixed. There was also a bug where the tooltip about reloading was overlaid on the helicopter's parameters in the battle. That's also been looked at and fixed. And the ability to open the list of suspended weaponry of another cell with a single click when editing suspended weaponry has been added too. So before the change, it was necessary to use 2 clicks. The first closed the already open list, and the second opened a new one. It's really nice that you're reducing the amounts of clicks required. I wish you would do that with the achievements that you need to get. Nowadays, you actually have to click to get the reward for stuff like the pages of history, and also when the mobile infantry was around, and also the repair factory. Don't know why they decided to do that. It's incredibly obnoxious and annoying. Hopefully they remove it. In VR, they also fixed a bug that caused the shell drop aiming point to rotate when tilting the head. That has also been fixed. So a lot of good changes, massive missile buffs, so we'll have to see how those affect the good old Sky Flashes and the standard AIM-7s. Hopefully they get used a bit more, and the Fighting is fun for people who are fighting at those tiers. As always, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. I'd just like to thank Millie Draper, Juan the Panda, Nick R. Kupila, Carrion Crow, Gus Irenicus, Pyman, Merciless Reaper, Orange Tail, Teddy, Daniel Stanton, Moxie B. Young, Peter Grayling, Jerry Provolt, Bareen, Alan Hacker, Sem Arslan, Uncle Bean, Derek R., and Lafouche for supporting the channel.